is up, YouTube? Crafting Cars here. Happy Tuesday. On today's video, we're going to be working on the Civic again. I figured I'd start off the video with my final drive. Right now, I ran some just regular 91 octane gas. I'm flushing the E85 out of the system, getting ready to store the Civic for the winter time. And it's a pretty cloudy, rainy day today, but the vibes are pretty cool outside, and the boost is hitting just right. It's about 35 degrees outside, and you barely got to step on the gas, and awesome. So I'll put a little couple driving clips for you here, and then we'll get right into the video. Alright, welcome back. So, before we dive into the Civic, I got a couple quick updates for you loyal subscribers out there. So if you guys missed out, our last video was our CRV transformation video. I took my Florida CRV, transformed it to look super nice and clean. Just wrapping up that transformation, I put a little bit more work into the hood. I had a lot of like bug etchings and rock chips. I went through and basically used touch-up paint on every single rock chip. There was like over 100 spots. I wet sanded all those spots down, and then I went ahead and cut and polished the hood one more time, so it looks a lot better than it did. Now I'd say about like 90% of the rock chips are gone, so that's looking good. I also finished up installing the tow hitch on the car, so that's helped quite a bit as I'm parting out the old one. I'm happy to announce that I am finally done with the parting out process. It's sad to see the car go, but I'm very happy that I'm done selling stuff on Facebook Marketplace. But all the parts went to good owners. I sold the K24 engine to my buddy. He's going to be putting it in an Integra, I believe. Building a K-Frank motor out of it with a K24 bottom end, K20 top end. So yeah, super hyped on that. I also went ahead and did a hybrid wax / ceramic coating on the car with some of this stuff here. My neighbor gave it to me. Tried it out, and seems to be working pretty good. So yeah, I think that's all I'm gonna do on the outside of the CRV before wintertime to get it prepped. I have new tires to get thrown on there, some General Ultimax Arctics, and then I'm gonna go ahead and undercoat the whole car too. I gotta get that done pretty soon here before they start putting that nasty salt on the roads. Another update I'm really excited about is we have finally finished our garage remodeling project. So I got some pegboard organization up on the walls. Of course, we got our cabinet, shelving, toolbox, and everything set up. And I even got our sponsorship flags hanging up on the garage wall now too. So very happy with how everything turned out. And the car looks a lot better sitting in a finished garage. And I'm very happy to be working in a nice finished garage for you guys. Not only, does it look nicer in here, looks a little bit more professional, and I just feel better working in here. It just feels cool. It feels like a little dream come true. So I'm very stoked on that. And another update, just in case you missed last video, is we got some new merch now. So for Halloween season, spooky season, we got these new t-shirts. These are, say, Crafting Cars in the front, a nice spooky font, and then in the rear, it says DIY till I die. You already know the vibes. If you want to pick one up, they're 20 bucks, and you can hit me up at afton.voigt.eja on Instagram. It was supposed to just be like a limited time run, but we got quite a few orders, so now we're making a pretty big batch, and we'll be shipping them out pretty soon. So yeah, let me know, and I guess now we can get started with the video. So most of my friends know, and as you can probably tell by looking at the car, I really like the 90s kind of classic style and the characteristics that came with the cars back then, I drive a 92 Dodge Stealth as my daily driver. My 97 Honda Civic is still B-Series powered. Instead of having a digital dash like a lot of modified Civics, I am running the SI gauge cluster. Instead of tuning on Haltech like a lot of new Civics, I still tune on Hondata with a laptop in my passenger seat. So yeah, I like that kind of style. I wear a Casio calculator watch for my regular watch every day. So yeah, it's kind of apparent. I like to keep it kind of old school until I kind of messed that all up on the Civic. So on the front end, recently we installed some new headlights. So here are the Spec D headlights with the little LED DRL. And yeah, not very 90s at all. But here's the thing. I absolutely love them. So I installed it, and I kind of ruined the 90s aesthetic on the front of the car, and now it looks very, I'd say, like futuristic. So I kind of want to take that look and carry it out through the rest of the car now. I guess the aesthetic you could consider kind of like cyberpunk or synthwave aesthetic, where it's kind of old school, boxy kind of style, mixed in with new school, you know, like lasers and synth and stuff like that. Kind of like, you know, back in the 80s and stuff like that with all the action movies and everything like that. You know, when they got all excited about computer generated graphics and special effects and, you know, all the technology and stuff they could shove in cars, so they just went crazy with it. That's kind of what I'm trying to capture with the car now. So the next thing I want to change on the car is the taillights. These are just factory facelifted taillights that came on the 99 or 2000 Civic, as well as like the EM ones. And today we're going to try to fix them up or modify them a little bit to look a little bit more futuristic. My inspiration comes from the Nissan 300ZX or the new Nissan Z that kind of kept that same style. Modern day taillights that have more of like a beam effect instead of looking like just a regular bulb behind glass. And yeah, we're gonna do it for really cheap. I've got this little concept in my mind. I drew it up on a computer, it looked like this. And today we're gonna try to make it a reality. Now, when I say cheap, I mean cheap. Everything here probably totals under 30 bucks. And the best part is, if I don't like the way this looks, I could just peel it off when I'm done with it. So what I'm working with, this is privacy vinyl. Picked this up on Amazon. People use this to basically block out whatever's going on behind their windows in their house, but still let the light in. My plan is to use it to kind of hide the definition of the taillight, give it a frosted look, and diffuse the light beam coming out of the light. Now to shape our little light beams, I suppose, or kind of, you know, get that design that we want, I'm just going to be using this black vinyl. This is regular vinyl wrap. This is made by Vivid. Make sure our lines are nice and clean. Just going to be using this little plastic template. And what's kind of nice is the privacy vinyl came with a squeegee and an X-Acto knife. So that saved us a little bit of money there. And to apply the vinyl, get it all positioned and everything correctly, we're just gonna be using some soapy water. So yeah, very simple. I'm just kind of freestyling this whole thing, so we're just gonna see how this turns out. I'll start by cleaning off our lens here, make sure there's no dirt or anything on it. Yeah, not very tall at all. I could probably just use this one single piece for both taillights, as long as I don't mess up. So cut this one right down the middle. It actually seems easier just to work these bubbles out by hand. Now this is just Klingon, this is not adhesive or anything like that, so it's gonna struggle sticking a little bit, especially, I didn't know this, but there's like little creases by the little division in color there. There's a crease right here, and of course we got this gap right here, so that's gonna make it a little tricky. It is what it is though. We're gonna go ahead and take our X-Acto knife and cut out basically a 1/4 inch in from the edges of all these little lens panels. And you'll see why in a little bit. I'm gonna be taking the black vinyl and laying it over the entire taillight, and those little spots where we cut off is gonna give the black vinyl a good spot to stick, because I know it's not gonna stick very well to this Klingon vinyl, and then of course the adhesion between the Klingon privacy vinyl and the lens is not so good, so. So we got the privacy vinyl laid on and the edges cut off. But I don't know, it's not really giving me the effect I was after. It doesn't look too much different than just the regular taillight. And even when I shut the lights off, yeah, not that big of a difference. What I was really going for was just like a solid beam of red light, and yeah, it's not working too hot. I think, I don't know, it's probably due to the fact that the factory lens, it's got these moldings inside of it, and those moldings cast a shadow right onto the vinyl. So it kind of gets rid of the effect I was going for, so off they go. We're just gonna skip right to laying the black vinyl to give us the nice shape. I suppose the stock taillights, they're already diffused pretty well, so we might get, you know, kind of a similar effect to what I'm aiming for, so I guess we won't really know until we try it. So plan A didn't work, but the show must go on. So now lay out our black vinyl. Now we got both the taillights completely vinyl wrapped. I actually think it looks pretty cool as it is, but obviously this is extremely illegal as it sits. Absolutely no light can get past that vinyl. So now it is time to cut out our custom shapes. All right guys, after some patience and some fine slow cutting, the driver's side taillight is complete. And just like our futuristic headlights, I absolutely love it. I'd like to hear what you guys think, so check this out. Alright guys, so I hope you enjoyed today's video and enjoyed this end result here. I'm very happy with it. Turned out pretty much exactly what my concept image looked like, exactly kind of what I had going on in my head when I came up with this idea. And man, pretty simple. I mean, it takes a little bit of time, a little bit of finesse to make sure all your lines and everything are cut nice and neat. For that reason, I'm gonna head on over to do the other side, but I'm gonna dedicate probably a good hour off camera just to make sure I get it as nice as possible. And it's already getting pretty late. I gotta edit this video and upload it for you guys. So yeah, it's gonna be a late Tuesday upload, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. As always, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I will see you the Tuesday after next. And yeah, that's all I got for you today. Bye-bye.